Hey guys, Jatt here with another League of Learning. This time I'm going to give you a little insight into a support champion who is now making his way onto the competitive scene, and that's Bard. Last week we saw Luna win a game with him for Samsung in Korea, Albus picked up 2 victories for AHQ in the LMS, and N-Rated picked him up in Europe even though he didn't win, but I'm going to say he went ahead and had a good game for himself. So first off, I want to talk about Bard's strengths and weaknesses. This is the strange thing about him, because everyone is expecting Bard to be this roaming god who excels in lane swaps, but if you think about the guys that are actually the best in roams, Alistar, Thresh, and Nautilus all out roam Bard. So why would Bard actually see competitive play? Well, his ultimate has amazing setups for AoE CC, he provides amazing team play opportunities, and it's one of the reasons he's taking time to be picked up because he's so hard to coordinate. And surprisingly, his level 1 damage when he has 1 meep as well as an early Q, plus he's hitting level 2 first because of his experience gain, collecting chimes, he's strong in the early lane. But weaknesses, of course, he has 1 damage spell, so he has low sustained damage. He's incredibly hard to coordinate, you can ult your own team and screw everything up, and later on in the game, as people have higher move speeds, the ultimate becomes more and more unreliable. Going back into the game a little bit, just bad matchups. 80 carries that need to be focused down are tricky for Bard because obviously he doesn't have that much damage to begin with. So Kalista and Thresh, because of high mobility, it's hard for Bard to lock them down. Ashe and Janet, if you think about it, Janet shields his early burst and he has nothing left, and then he can't escape from the Ashe afterwards. But against melee supports, because of Bard's nice auto attack, sustain, and upfront damage, he can do really good work against supports like Nautilus and Alistar. One big mystery about Bard, though, in the competitive scene, as well as just people playing him all over the place, is how really do chimes and meeps work. It's a very complicated system. The only things you really need to keep in mind is every 5 chimes, you get an upgrade. Also, you can let them linger for a little while on the map. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. They last for 10 minutes. When you get 5, you get a slow on a meep. When you get 15, you get to charge 2 meeps, and when you get 55, you get to charge 3 meeps. And those things start doing a lot of damage later in the game. So keep that in mind, save up your meeps in team fights, make sure you're always collecting at least 5 when you leave your laner, and let them sit for a little while, they're not going anywhere. Other than that, Bard synergies. This is one of the cool things we get to see. In Korea, we saw a great Bard plus Twisted Fate combo. Bard will synergize with long-range global type engages because you can lock someone down, let TF come in afterwards, easy kills all game long. Also, if you want to team fight in the jungle with Bard, that is exceptional. Magical Journey in any which direction you want, and it's almost always going to be effective. Surprisingly, as we mentioned earlier, he has good team fight synergy. If you think about Magical Journey, the Bard ultimate, he extends team fights. So people with sustained damage or hard AoE follow-up are very good with Bard. And the one Bard thing we haven't necessarily seen yet is Bard with assassins. Now imagine 2 assassins jump into the backline of a team, use all their cooldowns, normally they're vulnerable. Bard ult right on top of them, and they get another round of cooldowns back. I think we're going to see that eventually in the competitive scene. But that's going to do it here for League of Learning with Bard. Remember, good team fighter, strong laner. He does roam well, but some guys roam